Scandal. Can we talk about it? But you're annoying. She had a plan from the beginning, and he died. It's from 2 a.m. in the morning. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another review on my road to reading 100 books in 2023. Guys, I am so happy. I'm so happy that I've made it this far, and I'm so happy that you guys have come this far with me in this journey. I'm on my 9th book, and I have read more since recording this video, because this book was actually read in January, and I don't know what month I'm even posting this video in. Let's hope it's February, because guys, I have to do better with my posting. But yeah, so my 9th book of the year, and I feel like I should forego the drum roll, but I feel like it's gonna become a trademark, so we're gonna do it again. Drum roll. And that's probably as good as it's ever going to get. But my 9th book of the year was To Love and to Loathe by Martha Waters. Now, I feel like you already see what type of book this is, and you might be a bit confused, because this is a romance book, and Shelley doesn't usually do romance. Now, does she? No. But like I said in my previous video, one of the things I definitely want to do is get books off my TBR that have been there for a while. And I won't even lie to you, I don't remember when or why I bought this book. I don't. It might have been after Bridgerton came out, maybe. It might have been because it was on a sale, maybe. Like, these are potential reasons that I can think of that I would have bought a romance book. It is a Regency romance, which is why I suggest maybe it was after Bridgerton came out. And quite frankly, when I see a book on sale, especially with a cute cover, I feel like because of my impulsiveness, there is a good chance I will purchase that book. I've done it during book buying bans. I've done it, honestly, at 2 a.m. in the morning. Quite frankly, a good sale with a book is one of the best ways to get me to buy a book, whether or not it's in my preferred genre. So I feel like that might have been the cause of this. But that being said, though I don't primarily read romance, and though I avoid reading romance, and that's a key point for me, I avoid it. I have to be honest, okay? We have to uncover a bit of a lie to my character, and it's not a lie, it's just not a widely known fact. I do appreciate a good romance. I am a hopeless romantic. My earliest experiences with reading was with books like Emma and Pride and Prejudice. To this day, Jane Austen is one of my favorite authors ever, and I will die on that hill. And Mr. Darcy was one of my very first book loves, okay? So my aversion to romance, it's not that I don't like romance, I just feel like the romance books of today don't do romance like they did romance back in the day. Pride and Prejudice, guys, Wuthering Heights, can we talk about it? Them was real romances, okay? So when I judge romances harshly nowadays, it's because I've had a taste of the originals, the romance era romances, the good stuff. And so, quite frankly, I'm going to continue judging romances, but I am going to try and read more romances, to soften the blow when I do so. And I do love period romances. So yeah, I can't actually deny that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I love period romances. I just love that era. I just feel like it was an elite era, like where women just come out for a season and you find your husband, and then you live a life of luxury. If you were part of like the ton, the rich folks. But yeah, so let me actually get into this book, because that was a long intro for no reason whatsoever. Other than the fact that I had to justify why the heck am I reading a romance when I just love fantasy, thrillers, and really everything that's not a romance. But yeah, that being said, I enjoyed this book. And reason why I think I really enjoy this book, because it had the makings of a book that is like a second coming of Emma. Because this book is about something that you don't really see in like period pieces, a divorcee, okay? As in like, not, wait, I take that back. A widow. A widow. Let me get I don't know why it's a divorcee. Yeah, but it's about Diana, Lady Templeton. She got married, you know, in her season because and it's good for her because she had a plan from the beginning. She's one of those people who is meticulous, you know, with her life. As in like she planned for this to be done with her life and nothing was going to stop her. She planned out her life and she said this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get married, I'm going to be living, you know, living my life, and that I won't have to depend on anyone else. I can just live and paint, which is what she likes to do. Now, she got married to like this older guy and he died. Like I think 3 years within their marriage. And so she's now a widow and she doesn't care for love or marriage or romance or anything like that. She's like, you know what? I have money, I have means, and I'm alone. There's nothing I would want more. And one of her brother's old schoolmates, he is like a playboy, you know, he's like a playboy who sleeps with all of the widows and divorcees. And they have always had like a tete-a-tete. Like they always go back and forth with each other whenever they're around each other. And everyone is just like, you guys are known for your fighting and your bickering. Like stop it. And some people even assume that they have feelings for one another, but they're just like, no, like she just gets under my nerves, he just gets under my nerves. And so one day when they're at a ball, you know, and this is after her husband has died, and so she's just chilling, he comes up to her, you know, and they just have their regular, like, you know, just tete-a-tete, just like bickering. And I think she mentioned something about marriage or whatnot. And then they make a bet basically that they like she can get him to marry within the next year. And so he takes that bet. And then a bit later, she also enlists his services. Because one thing that she wants to do, she's just like, I don't want to get married, but I want to enjoy a bit of romp and dump. You know, I want to just, you know, be having a bit of fun. But then she's just like, though she is known as like a notorious flirt, guys don't like follow through with their flirtations. They just stop at the flirting. And she's just like, what's going on? And at the same time, because her husband was old and they didn't really have any like relationship in the bedroom like that, outside of like the few times, like, you know, when they first got married, she's just like, oh, she was shy about entering the bedroom when she finally does land, like, you know, a side piece to have fun with, because she's just like, I wouldn't have any skills. So she enlists her brother's friend to teach her how to get down in the bedroom. And he said yes, because the last woman he slept with insulted his skills. And he's just like, I'm known to be a playboy, and I've always heard that my bedroom skills are great. So what was that about? And so they agreed to just have like, you know, a little friends with benefits situation when they were barely friends. And through that, like, a relationship forms. And guys, it was an entertaining book. I won't lie to you. It was an entertaining book. Now, this was obviously a great book to have multiple POVs, because we get to see his side and her side. You know, what she's thinking, what he's thinking. You know, when he approaches her, when she approaches him. Like, this is a perfect book to have multiple POVs, and they did it well. Like, it's just great, because I'm just like, the way you interpreted what just happened is not what she saw. Or, like, I want to see what she said to what this happened. So it was just a great book for multiple POVs, and they did it well. Like, it's just really, and it made it really funny as well, because like something will happen, and I'm just like, it's great to see a man's point of view in Regency, because I'm just like, what the heck are you thinking sometimes, men? But yeah, it was really fun to actually get to like go through that in like a Regency romance. That was fun. Now, one thing about this book that like I had to docket a few points because of it is because like they laid on this like strong independent woman theme a bit too thick. Like they're just like, you know, she's a strong independent woman, this is what she thinks of herself, and this is what she's going to stand on and die on. I'm just like, I get it. I mean, they were laying it on thick. I was just like, you know what, she's a strong woman, independent woman who doesn't believe that she needs a man, and you know, though she wants, you know, to have a bit of fun, she doesn't believe that she needs marriage. I'm just like, you should have followed the example of Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice. Like, you were doing Emma, And Emma, like if you read Jane Austen's Emma, Emma was a frustrating character, and she was giving this. She was giving Emma, and I'm just like, you're annoying. You're being annoying. Get over it. Like, please. This aversion to like romance and marriage. And to be fair, it's understandable in a society where like women were just like prizes, and you know, all you had to aspire to was marriage. For someone like Diana, in the book, like once she's gotten married and she's gotten her money and her husband's died and she's accomplished what she's meant to do, like why would she want to go into that? She didn't believe in like marriage for love or whatnot. But I was just like, they were just laying on this independent vibe too thick. I'm just like, just relax, let it go. So I had to dock it a few points for that. Now, another thing, the book was predictable. But, and this is one of the reasons why I do have an aversion to romances in general, most of them are predictable. You know who's going to end up with who, and obviously like with, you know, with these books, yeah, of course we know who's going to end up with who, but like how they end up with whom, you know, I want it to be a twist. I want it to be a bit of surprise in the middle, and they didn't give me that in this book. Emma gave me a few surprises, you know, so I was just like, while this book had Emma vibes, it didn't give me as much surprises, but the characters were like fun, lovable, and like the conversations between characters as well, the wit between them, I was just like, okay, I can get with it. You're predictable, but you guys are having fun, and you guys have some witty remarks that I enjoy. So yeah, they did have, you know, one surprise I didn't expect, so I enjoyed that. So I was just like, mostly predictable though. But yeah, the characters made it lovable and fun, so I wasn't too fussed about that. Like, the characters had, the interactions between the characters, they had such an ease of conversation between them, like such a natural flow in their conversations that really just made it like so sweet, and I loved it. And guys, obviously it's a Regency book, so we should have seen this coming, but scandal, scandal, scandal! Oh! This book had scandal. It was scandalous. And the scandal that I'm referring to is like the surprise I didn't see coming. And I'm just like, scandal, scandal, scandal. And I was just like, yes, yes, you know what? We need a bit of spice. We need a bit of spice in romance. You know, sugar and spice makes everything nice, you know? Sugar and spice is a great combination. That's why we like that combination. Give me a bit of bang. And they gave me a bit of bang. I was just like, the characters who were coming out with surprises, I said, I need a book for you, okay? I need a book for you. You are who's giving. You're giving me something, and I want a book for you. So yeah, I like that twist in that introduction of that scandal. It was a specific character. I'm not gonna tell you who, because then it's going to ruin the book for you. But yeah, it's fun. Now, another thing that made me like dock this book just a bit in the points is the fact that it introduced the miscommunication trope. And it just seems that communication is a bane for both men and women. Like, why can humans just not communicate? Because quite frankly, I wanted to blame it on the man so much, but it was both of them. It was both of them. And I'm just like, I know this is a common trope in romances, but this is why I avoid romances. I'm not doing this because it's frustrating. I'm just like, this would have been solved. Obviously, we wouldn't have as much drama, you know, we wouldn't have the conflict if there wasn't miscommunication, but we could have done without it, you know? I don't like it. But all in all, this book was actually a fun read. And for like my first romance of the year, I don't know if it'll be my only romance, but for my first romance of the year, I was just like, you are convincing me to try a bit more Regency, just because it's this light book that I'm just like, I don't have to take too seriously. You know, I can just enjoy it. Like, I can just read it on the side, like on a day where I'm just like, I'm not looking to be stressed too much. You know, I'm looking for a book with lovable characters, witty banter, and just a happy ending that I can really just walk away saying, yay. And that's what this book gave me. So I gave this book a 4-star. Miscommunication, you got docked for that. And the independent woman vibe that they were laying on, you got docked for that. But all in all, it was actually a well-written book. It was fun. The plot and the story, like I said, predictable, but it was good. It was a good one. And the way that they introduced complexities to the characters as well, when it came to like their emotions and things that they were hiding, things that they didn't want to confront. I was just like, for a romance book, you were able to add a bit of depth to your book and to your character so that it wasn't just an airheaded novel. So I'm just like, you know what? You know, you made yourself like more of an all-rounded book, and I have to like give you props for that. So quite frankly, yeah, good book. And I am going to read the rest of the series because it is part of a series. And this is actually the second book series, which I didn't know when I bought it. But you don't, from what I'm reading, you don't need to read them in order, because I followed perfectly without reading the first book. Because though the characters from the first book appeared, like they were side characters who barely like had, and they had like no bearing on the actual plot, not really. So yeah, you can read them separately. But I do like the characters. So I'm gonna go back whenever I just need like to vibe, or I just need to chill, or I just need to relax and have a good time. But yeah, 4 stars, good book, cute romance, has the makings of Emma, but not, you know, didn't go all the way there. But yeah, it was enjoyable to me. And yeah, good book, guys, and I'll see you in my next review. Bye!